Alright, so if we're gonna go down to the Shrine of Humility, we've got to head back over to Pause because that's where we've left our boat. And the Shrine of Humility is going to be back on that dark island where, you guys remember when we floated away on the balloon after we emerged from Hythloth? And we kind of just floated over the island and we saw essentially the rest of the island. That's where we're going. So I think that that's just going to be immediately east of where we found Mondaine's skull. We just need to go back there. Okay, so our boat should be right over here where we left it. So we'll leave our horse buddy right here and we can hop in here. We have 89 HP left on this ship, so we should be okay in theory. So what I'm going to do is sail south because we know Mondaine's skull place is directly east of where Serpent's Hold is, so we can navigate that way. Alright, so here's the island with Serpent's Hold. So we're going to continue east from here and we should get back to those weird little volcanic island things in the middle of the water. Alright, so there are those. So the island that we're looking for is probably right here. There it is. Okay, so let's head to a spot where we can sneak in, which I think is on the northern end of the island here, if I'm not mistaken. Aha, here we go. Disembark. Surprised we didn't run into more trouble on the seas, but here we go. Alright, so do we recall a long while ago someone talked to us about there being hordes of demons guarding the shrine? So these are them. And so when we get out, we're going to have to remember to use the silver horn, which I think should kind of ward them away so that we can actually approach the shrine without too much trouble. So let me just fight off this horde here and then we will try using the silver horn. Okay, so we have won that battle and we can see the shrine just below us, but let's get out our items here and we're going to use the horn. So see over our Ankh now we have a little orange blobby that has cleared the passage for us to make our way in, because if we hadn't used that, when we'd be walking towards, we'd run into battle after battle after battle with demons. They just keep popping up all over the place. So we've made it to the Shrine of Humility, and it says, you enter the ancient shrine and sit before the altar upon which virtue dost thou meditate. So we'll hop down to humility here. And we're going to meditate for 3 cycles. You may also remember that we learned that the mantra of pride was Mull, and we're told at some point that the humility mantra was the opposite of that of pride, so we decided that that was going to be Lum, by the way, so in case you've forgotten. So we'll meditate for 3 cycles, and we're going to enter our mantra of Lum when the prompt comes. There we go. Thou hast achieved partial avatarhood in the virtue of humility. And let's get a look at that vision of ours. Alright, so that's that vision there. I'm going to take a second and write that down, and we can talk about that in just a little bit. Okay, so our silver horn is still working. So let's take that opportunity to escape. I think we're going the wrong way. This is not the way we came. Ooh, something wants to kill us. Oh, hello, serpent friend. Don't sink me here. There we go. Alright, so now I think what a good plan might be, if we go back to our to-do list, we have a little note here to return to Pause to talk to Sir Simon and Lady Tessa, and they only wanted to see us after we became 8 parts Avatar, which we now are. So I think we should return to pause and go and see what they had to say to us. And after that, hopefully they'll be able to tell us more about the mystic arms, which is what they were apparently the keepers of. We found that out after talking with, I believe it might have been Zircon, who was the keeper of the forge, who told us to go and see them. I think he made the mystic arms and then gave them to Lady Tessa and Sir Simon to hang on to for us. Either way, we will go and see them shortly. Okay, so we've returned to pause. And Sir Simon and Lady Tessa, I think, are these people here. So now that we're 8 parts, we can talk to them and see what they have to say. So let me just skip back over to my conversation spreadsheet. Okay, so we have found their information in the spreadsheet. So let's talk with them. A wise lord named Sir Simon, and we'll go down to Mystic here and see what he has to say. Mystics can be found by an 8 parts Avatar. Hast thou attained enlightenment in all 8 virtues? Yes. The mystic armor lies in the center of Oak Grove. Okay. Perfect. So Oak Grove is in, was it Serpent's Hold? Empath Abbey? It's in one of the castles anyways. Okay. That's good to know. Good to know. Well, let's talk to Lady Tessa about Mystic. So mystics can be found by an 8 parts Avatar. Hast thou attained enlightenment in all 8 virtues? Yes. Okay, so mystic weapons lie in the training room of Serpent Castle. Well, that answers my question. It must be Empath Abbey where the Oak Grove is. Alright, so mystic weapons are in Serpent's Hold training room. Alright. Well, I think we know where we're going next. Back down to Serpent's Hold first, I guess, since our boat is right here after all. I tried to escape this orc. But he got me. Alright, let's go. Hopefully smooth sailing. Hopefully we don't run into some terrible sea fights here. We don't have a ton of HP left on our boat. But at least Serpent's Hold is easy to find. You just go south for a long time along the coast and then you're all set. Oh, look at these guys over here. Okay, now that our welcoming committee has been silenced, let's go back into Serpent's Hold here. And if I remember correctly, the training room is right here. And this looks to be about the center, one of these 2 squares anyway, so let's try. Oh, alright then, we have mystic weapons. Let's take a look at those and see what they're all about. Mystic sword. Oh. Okay, I don't know that I want to put on a melee weapon at this point in time. I would much prefer to keep my ranged weapons as long as possible, so I'm not going to equip those yet. It's too bad that they weren't all like mystic bows or something fun like that, you know? That would have been super neat. Okay, well, the next place I guess we should go is back to Empath Abbey, which should have the Oak Grove in it. So let's head back up there. I'm gonna go grab my horse and then peruse the lands until we find Empath Abbey, because I friggin' love riding my horse. I still miss my other horse. Okay. So let's head back up toward Britain, and then we'll go north around the mountains as usual. And I love that I can just outrun everybody. See you later, demons. See you in hell. So we can go over the bridge, which is now a chest. I don't know why I left that there. Might have just been convenience. And then we'll just head over here. All these mountains here always make it so confusing, but we're on the right track. When you hit the vast amounts of forest, you know that you're kind of close to south of you. And then if you head just slightly north, you will find Empath Abbey. There we go. Well, that wasn't too hard to find. I feel like I've finally gotten used to this place. Okay, so Oak Grove I think is just right through this little spot here. Yep. Remember this place where we came and talked to all the people? And so what did they say? So the mystic armor is in the center of Oak Grove. So there's the 4 people, right? So we can try searching right here. Nope. 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 There we go. Located it right near our other little bard friend. Isn't that nice? Okay, so let's have a look at that. Ooh, a mystic robe. I feel like those would be worth putting on. Let me just put that onto my party here. There, now everybody should be wearing a mystic robe. There we go. Everybody's got one of those on now. Cool. Well, hopefully that increased some of our defense stats. Well, that's fun. So we can finally take that off of our to-do list. Since I think that's really one of the last things that we did have to do, really, if we take a look. Yeah, pretty much. The other things we need to do is revisit the shrines of honesty, compassion, and valor and see what that's all about. But we can do that after we run into the last dungeon. So we'll do that first before we go and start running around back to the other shrines. So I think from here, what I'm going to do is go back to pause because we're going to need our boat to get there, if I'm remembering correctly, and then we're going to set sail and try to find that Dungeon of Shame. Now we're back at pause, and I'm just taking a look to see how many gems we have. We only have about 31 of those, but I think we might be alright. So let's get in our boat here. Hopefully we'll run into a good boat. And essentially what we need to do now is sail around the bottom of the continent and head back up around... Oh my god. Lava lizard. I do not appreciate... That's right, I'm gonna take your gold. Okay, so our ship got hit down to 49, and if you get hit below 50, your ship regains HP similarly to how you regain MP as you walk around. So we can actually reapply our wheel and get back up to 99 now, which is kind of a nice thing. So it's almost a good thing that those lava lizards decided to teach us a lesson for sailing near them. I don't know. They're clearly angry, but that's alright. I'm not going to get stuck in the same little spot I always do. See? I can learn. Okay, so we're right at the very bottom among the islands. We're kind of close to where we dug up the wheel. With a bell. I can't remember what we found in that little spot now. But we're essentially just going to search around this area here. We pretty much have to go up the coastline and find it. So we'll go around all of these islands as well. And there should eventually be a little inlet. I don't know if it's called, is it the Lost River? Something like that. So here's Scara Bray if we needed food. Do we need reagents actually while we're here? Nah, we're still good. Okay, so let's keep going up then. And eventually we're gonna run into a little river that's gonna head inward onto the land. And we're gonna take it. Should be coming up, I think here actually. And look at all these guys that just want to fight us today. See you later, mage. Okay, and here it is. This is our very last dungeon that we need to go into. And in here, we're going to be looking for the purple stone, which we haven't found yet. Alright, so let's disembark. And we're going to... Oh, I guess we can't save our game there. We're going to walk through some swamp, and only 2 of us are poisoned. I'm just going to go back out for a second. And we're going to save our game here. Okay, perfect. In we go. And before we go anywhere else, let's cure ourselves. There we go. And this is kind of strange. We're met with one of these, you must go through this weird tower of stairs things. And now we're on the 7th floor. We can't go anywhere else. So let's get out a gem here. Alright, so we have a battle room. And then a set of steps on the other side. I guess we'll go see what that's all about. Ooh, the crypt. That's an interesting thing. Filled with skeletons and ghosts. My goodness, how somber. Okay, so I'd like to head east from here. So it looks like we're going to have to find some kind of switch. Hard to say where that switch is going to be though. So I guess I'll just get everybody to kind of walk through. Hopefully we'll find something. Probably going to be in some of this poison here. Oh, I tripped something. Because there was a little space that opened up right here. There we go. Okay, so only 2 people got poisoned in that mess. I have a feeling this is going to be a hard dungeon, you guys. There we go. What? We're going up now. Wait a minute. Where did I see that? There was a hidden wall right here. There it was. Okay. Well, that was sneaky. Oh, look at this. So 2 orbs and then 2 staircases. So I think orbs as usual are a good idea. So let's go over there first. So I guess we're going to go down 2 rooms and then right. Well, this isn't such a bad room. Look at this. We just got to fight some squids. Some single file maneuvering. Not the worst thing we've encountered. Oh, see you later. Well, I kind of like these rooms, if we're being completely honest. Okay, here we go. We're on the right track now, I think. Alright, we have made it to the Orb Room. And we will fight these trolls first. And generally, just based on the difficulty that we've run into so far, I have a feeling that these orbs are not going to be 200 HP worth. I feel like they'll be more. Maybe not quite as much as Dungeon Hythloth, but definitely not the 200s. I think they're going to be 400 HP each. I can't remember, but that's my guess. So let's take a quick look at our stats again. So Hun's pretty much maxed out here. Dupree is still kind of low. Julia is just a tank. Shamino's also low. Katrina's also low, but look at her. Holy smoke. She's come so far from being like 11, 10, and 12 in strength, dexterity, and intelligence or something like that. Yeah, Jeffrey's always on the lower end as well. So pretty much anybody but Hun and Katrina can pick these up. So let's see. Who do we want to give it to? Maybe Dupree. So let's get him to pick up the first one here. Oh yeah, look at that. That was definitely a 400 one. So it's strength and intelligence that we're picking up here. Cool. And then, I guess... So strength and intelligence. So maybe... See, intelligence is pretty high. Maybe we'll give this one to Jana. We give everything to Jana, but I think Jana deserves it. There we go. Now let's hope that one of these pools is a curing one. Oh, good. Okay, so we found a curing pool. Let's get everybody to drink out of that. There we go. I'm not even going to taste that other horrible pool. And let's just remind ourselves here of where we are. So I guess the closest room, I guess none of them are really close. But maybe we can go down first. Go try that down stairwell rather than the one on the left first and see where that'll take us. So we're going left once and then down once. So back through this nice room with our Cyclops friends. Alright. So we're going to go down from here. Okay, I'm not even remotely interested in those chests. We can kill this Nixie though. Even though I think Nixies are supposed to be nice creatures. Sometimes they're a little mean. I also don't like how those lava lizards can shoot us, but we can't shoot them. It's not very nice game. Alright, so we'll head south here, and this should bring us out of these battle rooms. I'm leaving that treasure. I don't really want it. Okay, so now we should be getting close to a set of steps, which may bring us up or might bring us down. Who can say for sure? I don't think we'll ever know until we're there. Okay, here it is. Where are we going? Up. Okay, so 3 doors and a spider. I guess we are going to the stairwell. So we're going up into the battle room and to the left, I suppose. That's the best way to go. This looks like something that calls for Tremor, just for simply the fact of not having to maneuver through all of these people here. Alright, we finally made it. So we're 2nd floor now. Where are we? Oh, this isn't where I want to be. Nope, that's not where I want to be either. Okay, so there's a long hallway. Let's go down there before we go through the trouble of dispelling all those fields. Because I think there's a stairwell in there. But maybe we don't want to go there. Who knows? Let's go down the hall first. Now this particular dungeon I find really confusing. Like I have a really hard time getting my head around where we're going because everything's moving up and down. Like it's not just unidirectional. Oh, the altar's here. How convenient that we decided to look down this hallway. Okay, so let's search it. There we go. Got the purple stone. So that is our last stone. And now we can focus on getting all of our keys from the other altar rooms. And I think we've gotten our key from the altar of love, and now we can get them as well from truth and from courage. And I think the best way to go about that will be to go through Dungeon Hythloth from Lord British's castle like we did that time, and just head down that way, because we do have access to all of those different areas through that particular route. And if I'm being quite honest, I think I'm ready to leave this dungeon. Not because I don't feel like exploring it more, but simply because it's very confusing, like I was just saying, and I actually don't want to continue to get lost. When I tried exploring this one a lot when I was streaming it, I kept ending up going in circles. So I'm quite happy with the stone. We can get to the altar rooms from Hythloth and get the keys that way instead of trying to make our way down to the 8th floor from this direction instead. So I'm tempted to just cast exit. We don't even have any exits. We can make some exits and then head back out to the surface. So let me just mix some of that up. So exit is made up of A, D, and E, which is sulfurous ash, spider silk, and blood moss. So let's do that. We're going to mix reagents for exit. So A, D, and E. We're going to mix, and I guess we can make just one of two of those, maybe. We'll make 2. Great. Now we can cast that. And out we go. Okay, so that was a little short-lived, but again, that place is just terrible for maneuvering. And before we set foot anywhere, as usual, we're going to save our game. Voila, and now we are in possession of all 8 stones. So, a good bet for us would probably be to go back down through Castle Hythloth. I don't know why I keep calling it Castle today, but go back down through the dungeon Hythloth, down to those 2 altar rooms, and to get the remaining parts of our 3-part key. Now, the other thing to do is to return to those 3 shrines that I mentioned. So compassion, honesty, and valor, just to see, and you guys can't see, let me just scooch that over. Each one of these shrines will have more information on how to enter the actual abyss itself. So I think it's important to just return to those to see what they're after there. And then I think after that, we're pretty much ready to dive in, right? We're going to the abyss. So it's all coming up quite fast. All right, I'll see you when I get back to Britain.